During the dog days of summer, who really wants to slave over a hot stove? Today we'll show you a healthy dish to make for those steamy summer days. And the best part is here, no cooking required. Joining me now is Lori Green, the owner of Elizabeth Richard Gifts in Waterbury. Always a pleasure to have you here, Lori. We have such fun here.
We do.
And you make everything so easy. I mean, we don't even need to turn the stove on for this recipe.
No, you don't. You know, it's hot out, and even when you have air conditioning in the house, and not all of us do, but when you do have air conditioning in the house, the last thing that you want to do is turn your oven on because it's going to heat up your kitchen, and the air conditioner is going to work overtime. So I like to try to serve nice, quick, cool meals in the summertime. And this one was inspired actually by a trip to a Turkish restaurant in the Waterbury area. And my husband and I ordered this appetizer. Our daughter is a vegetarian, and so we always try to get things that Jillian can eat. And so we got this white bean salad, and we got it 2 or 3 times, and I was able to really pick apart the recipe.
You figured it out, huh?
And I think I've come up with something that's pretty darn close, and it's just so simple. So you've just got a half a dozen or so ingredients, and most are things that you've already got in your house. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out with 2 cans of white beans.
Okay.
I suppose that you probably could use chickpeas in this if that's what you've got in your cabinet, but for today we're going to use white beans. Just drain them and rinse them, Teresa.
Okay.
Just canned white beans, and that's it. We're also going to take 1 can of diced petite cut tomatoes. Okay. Now, once the tomatoes really start to come out in earnest later in August.
You can use your own from the garden.
Sure, you can use your own from the garden. But in the meantime, you can just take a can of petite diced tomatoes and drain that and rinse that as well.
Easy.
So very, very simple. So now you've got that in there, and just give it a little gentle toss. Now you're going to take 1/2 of a red onion, and you can chop this up as fine or as chunky as you want to. I've chopped this in like a little bit of a medium chop, and so just 1/2 is all you need. I love red onion in summer salads because it looks pretty and it's very fragrant. Especially at this time of day, it's very fragrant and very fresh, and it'll kind of wake up your senses. And I'm going to also take 1 bell pepper. You can use a red bell pepper, or yesterday I found a lovely orange bell pepper. I'm going to add that, and again, you're going to cut that up into decent sized chunks. Those are about 1/4 to 1/2 inch chunks.
Okay.
You're going to take a handful of scallions, about 1/3 of a cup or so, 1/3 to 1/4 of a cup, and you're going to add that in. Your very last thing to add in is just going to be a little bit of rough chopped cilantro. And cilantro is so nice because, again, it's a fragrant vegetable, and it adds that nice flavor to anything that you use it in.
It reminds me of summer, everything that has cilantro on it.
You know, you're absolutely right. So we're going to give this, again, a nice quick little toss.
Lori, while you're stirring, for people who might not be familiar with your store, it's wonderful. It's in Waterbury, right on the Middlebury line, and you have just about anything in there. If you need a gift, it's probably worth stopping in.
You can get just about anything you need, from baby goods to jewelry to clothing. I'll tell you what, our Vineyard Vines clothes have been off the hook this summer. Everybody wants to look good for the summertime, I guess. So now we're just going to add a little bit of dressing. And Teresa, again, this is a nice, healthy recipe, and
it's so pretty.
It is. It's very, very pretty. We're just going to take a really light drizzle of olive oil, and as the nutritionist that I talk to frequently tells me, olive oil is a good fat, but I still don't want to add a lot of it to this dish. And instead, I am going to add about 2 lemons worth of juice. So that's going to be my main thing to bind this all together. A little sprinkling of black pepper, and a little pinch of salt on there. I like to use kosher salt. It's got a nicer flavor to it. It kind of brings everything out into the forefront in terms of the flavoring that is in your dish. And so then you're just going to, again, toss lightly. You don't want to crush your beans over here.
And you're getting protein from the beans, correct?
You are. You're getting protein from the beans.
You're probably going to be hungry if you eat this.
And again, when you go to a farmer's market, as you were just talking about in the last segment, you're going to find just about everything that's in this salad, you're going to find at that farmer's market. So it's going to be nice and fresh, and you're really going to feel good about what you're feeding your family. Now, for supper time, you can certainly eat it just like this, or I suggest that you take a roasted chicken breast. And you can either go to a nice little deli and buy an already roasted chicken breast and slice it up, or pre-cook your chicken on, say, a Sunday and keep it during the week. And this is a perfect little meal. Or you can also take a nice loaf of crusty bread and prepare a bruschetta as well.
That looks
and
fabulous.
this makes a wonderful little appetizer. to put out when you've got friends over. A little bit of cheese on this plate, and you're ready to go.
I love
So you've
it.
got some great options for summer entertaining. They're easy, they're healthy.
Very
So
good.
there you go.
Laura, I know you were talking about a sale coming up at the store.
We have a great summer sale. All of our summer merchandise is going to be on sale at 40% off, as well as select summer things that you can wear, such as swimsuits for the guys from Vineyard Vines, Eliza B flip-flops, things of that nature. So come on down. It's August 1st through the 10th.
And we still have a month of summer left, right?
We do. There's lots of time left.
Very good.
And we're going to celebrate summer into September.
I agree with you. Lori, thanks for being here with this
Thanks
easy
for-
recipe.
Thanks for having me.
All right. If you'd like to check out Elizabeth Richard Gifts, you can log on to their website, elizabethrichardgifts.com, or visit them on Chase Parkway in Waterbury, right off exit 17. You could also find them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All right, Lori, we're going to dig in and taste this at the end of the show.
Sounds good.